Greetings. This is John Pratt for History in the 812. Today I thought it'd be fun to have a little story time. I'm going to read you a story from Historic Tales of Decatur County by me. And this is a story about Norman Selby, also known as Kid McCoy, a famous boxer. Norman Selby was born on October 13, 1872, in the small Rush County community of Moscow. He was the son of Francis and Emily Selby. By all accounts, Norman grew up getting into fights and enjoyed hopping onto freight cars to Cincinnati. The interesting part, how did he get his name? The conventional story was that at the age of 18, he became a professional boxer and was looking for a ringside name. He took a name from a burlesque act featuring the exploits of safecrackers Kid McCoy and Spike Hennessy. The local story is quite different. As a teenager, Norman once ran away from home. The authorities caught up with him in Decatur County. When they asked him his name, he looked around and noticed he was standing near a sign that read McCoy Station. So he replied, "Frank McCoy," and the name stuck. Norman even spent a winter in Greensburg living on Broadway Street. Boxing was extremely popular in the United States, and boxers themselves were as popular as any basketball or football superstar of today. Baseball was just emerging as America's pastime. Kid McCoy took the ring by storm, winning his first 20 bouts, mostly by knockout. To this day, he is famous for the development of a particular punch, a corkscrew punch that is similar to a left hook with a twist at the end. Most accounts attribute the saying "the real McCoy" to Kid McCoy. One account suggests that he would fake an illness before suddenly recovering and defeating his opponent, causing some to wonder, is this the real McCoy? Another version has Kid in a saloon tussle with a drunk. Kid told him, "Beat it, I'm Kid McCoy." The drunk came back with, "If you're Kid McCoy, then I'm George Washington." The Kid then popped him in the jaw, and the drunk fell to the ground. When he woke, he was reported to have later said, "Geez, that was the real McCoy." Kid McCoy was by no means a large man, standing 5 feet 11 inches and weighing 160 pounds. He was known for winning a title, then continuing to move up a class. The slender boxer eventually fought in the heavyweight division. In March 1896, he defeated Tommy Ryan to win the world welterweight title. In December 1897, Kid was the world middleweight title with a 15-round knockout of Dan Creedon. McCoy went on to the heavyweight division and defeated the likes of Peter Marr and Gus Rulin, but was defeated by Gentleman Jim Corbett. In his last bout, he defeated British petty officer Matthew Kern in London in 1914. His impressive career record was 160 wins and 6 losses. After service to his country, Kid McCoy landed in Hollywood, where he made celebrity friends. Kid made appearances in 11 silent films, thanks in part to his friendship with director D.W. Griffith. He even taught another friend, Charlie Chaplin, how to box in a film. His family in Moscow followed him west. Unfortunately, the rest of the story has its ups and downs. Kid's investments in an auto dealership and jewelry store failed. He married 9 times, 3 times to the same woman. Many of his boxing matches were clouded with his antics in order to win, such as faking illness and announcing he was not training. His bout with Corbett was rumored to be staged. Nearly broke and drinking too much at the age of 30, McCoy began seeing Teresa Moores, the wealthy wife of an antiques dealer. The two began arguing one morning. Teresa was found dead in her apartment. killed by a shot in the head. The next day, Kidd went to Moore's antique shop in an apparent robbery attempt. He held 12 people hostage before being apprehended by the police. McCoy was tried for murder, but was convicted of manslaughter and sent to San Quentin. Kidd McCoy always claimed that Teresa Moore killed herself. In prison, Kidd was known as a good inmate and was respected. Once, while serving on an outside detail, the prison work crew was witness to a small engine airplane crash near them. Kidd dashed in and saved the life of the pilot. Kidd was promoted in prison to fire chief, a role in which he excelled. His visitors at the time included Lionel Barrymore and Al Jolson. He wasn't eligible for an early release as he did not have a job waiting on him. So, Henry Ford heard this and agreed to hire McCoy as an athletic trainer. McCoy married again and led a largely unassuming life in Michigan. He once saved the lives of 4 people whose boat had capsized. On April 18, 1940, Kidd McCoy took his own life by an overdose of sleeping pills. He had earned almost $300,000 in prize money during his career, but died with less than $20 on him. Kidd McCoy was a fascinating, complicated, tragic character whose story deserves greater research. Although primarily a Rush Countyan, his local ties should not be forgotten. For History in the 812, this has been John Pratt. And don't forget, every day of your life is a page in your history.